Today I'm going to take you through a full body strength training workout for beginners. Hello fam and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal and this channel is all about helping you if you're a woman over 40 or like me over 50 get in fantastic shape. And one of the best ways of doing this is through strength training, and I get asked a lot for beginners workouts, so I'm going to do a beginners workout today. This workout is a full body strength training workout, and you could do this 3 times a week if you're just starting out. I'm going to show you how to do the exercises with a resistance band. It's not essential but useful to have a glute band, and I will also show you the exercises using dumbbells. Now, when you're first starting out, it's really important to try and focus on the technique and not worry too much about going heavy at this point, because what you can do is actually start off with some of the exercises like a lunge or a squat using no weight at all, and then you build up from there, because getting the technique is gonna help you really get the benefit and the muscle building from the exercise, and also prevent injuries. So let's get into it. Let's get to the workout. So we're going to start off with the classic, which I love women over 40 to do, which is squats. So to warm up, we're just going to do the squats without any weight at all, and that's for everyone, so that we get the movement right. Try and do the full range of movement and keep your back straight. That's really important, because the better that your technique is, the more that you're going to get out of this exercise. And you can see I'm not doing it really fast. I'm doing it quite slowly. So we're going to go on to do around about 20 of these, just to get warmed up. Okay, we're going to take a rest there. And if you're new to squatting, you can carry on and just do these without weight, or the next step would be to do this with a resistance band. So while we're just pausing for breath, I'm going to show you how to put the resistance band on. So I'm going to put it between my feet like that, and then I'm going to put my head through, and you can see that I'm on a full stretch now, which is going to help give me a little bit more resistance on the squat than it would if I just had nothing there at all, but it's not as challenging as using a dumbbell or a set of dumbbells. So let's go for the next set now, and we're going to do 10 to 15 of those. Okay, we can move on to dumbbells if you want to do something that's a little bit more advanced than just using a resistance band or no weight at all, once you're confident with the technique. So remember, the technique is try to go as low as you can to the ground, but still keep your back straight. So try not to come forward like that. Try to hold your back up. And we're going to take a pair of dumbbells And there's sort of two ways you can do this. You can either do it with the dumbbells by your side, and when they're quite light like this, that's easy to do. But as you get to sort of progress to heavier, you may want to put them on your shoulders like that. So I'm going to show you by the side, and then with the heavier ones, I'll show you on my shoulders. So we go for 10 to 15 of these. So we may now want to do that with a heavy weight, and I would recommend that if you do it with a heavy weight, so I'm taking 10 kilos, which is around 22 pounds, it's going to be harder to balance and keep them by your side. So it's good to put them up on your shoulders. It's going to give you more balance, and it's going to help you for your back to stay upright and protect your back a little bit more. So we're going to start off here, and I like to have them slightly angled in so it's easier to support them. And then we're going to do 10 to 15 of these. But carry on with the resistance band if that's your choice. I recommend you do 3 sets of 10 of those if you're just starting off and you're quite new to strength training. Next up, we're going to do something called a Romanian deadlift. And this is a hinging movement, and hinging movements are great for working our legs and glutes. We can either choose to do this with a resistance band or do it with weights. So we're bending forward and keeping our arms, if we're holding the dumbbell, close to our legs, or if we're holding the resistance band. First off, I'm going to show you the RDL. It's called an RDL for short. We're going to put our feet over the double resistance double band. We're going to push our butt out a little bit, so we kind of got a slight arch in our back, and we're bending over, and then we're going to go all the way down, and we're going to hinge. And we're going to do 10 to 15 reps of those. If 10's comfortable for you and 15's getting uncomfortable, then just do 10. So we're going to pause for a rest then, and then I'm going to show you with the light dumbbells, and it's really exactly the same as with the heavy dumbbells. If you've progressed and the resistance band is getting a little bit too easy, then progress to dumbbells, something like 10 to 12 pounds, then you can move on to something heavier like the 22-pound dumbbells, or they're 10 kilos. So what we do is we have our arms by our side, knees slightly bent. We're going to hinge. If the lighter set of dumbbells feels easy, then progress to a heavier set of dumbbells, because the idea of strength training is it always should feel quite challenging. So we're going again, knees bent, arms by our side, and then all the way down. And we're hinging our hips, so we're almost thrusting as we're going up to the top of the movement. Okay, we're going to pause there, and then we're going to go into an upper body movement. Next, we're going to move on to overhead presses, and these are a really good movement for working all of your shoulders. So an overhead press is like this, and when you've got dumbbells, you can do both of them together. So I'm going to show you with this black resistance band, which doesn't have handles, but it's actually better to do it with this type of resistance band that has handles. So I'll show you with both. So we're going to start off with this position. So the resistance band is kind of behind my arm and looped around my hand. And then we're going to press up. Now, this is actually quite tough with this resistance band. I've only got a thin one. So you may want to either take a light dumbbell or get a thinner resistance band. And you can bend your knees slightly if you want to make it a little bit easier, because the higher up you are, the more you've got to press. So off we go. We're going to try and do 10 of these, but if you can only get 8 out, that's fine. And then I'm going to show you with the resistance band with the handle, and this is going to be so much easier than using the other type of resistance band. So if you can get one of these, it's so much better. So what you need to do is actually hold the other end with your foot, and you're going to need to judge how much of it you need to hold to get the right type of resistance from you. But the shorter you make it, the more difficult it's going to be. So let's go on this side and do 10. Now, of course, if you've got 2 of these resistance bands, you could do both together at the same time, both arms together. but this one's actually way too short to try and do both arms together. So these are the light dumbbells. So we're going to go for 10 reps of these. So if you're doing them with the resistance bands, you're going to need to do 3 sets of 10 on each side. So we just take another pause there. We'll go again with one more set of 10. So you can either do these with the resistance band, but I'm going to do it with the dumbbells. Okay, next up, I'm going to take you through split squats, otherwise known as lunges. I know some of you watching this will have bad knees, so I will show you a modification so you don't actually have to do lunges at all. Before I show you the modification, I'm going to show you how to do the lunges or the split squats with a resistance band. So, like the squats, we're going to loop the resistance band around our head, and then when we've looped it around our head, we're going to put the resistance band on the back leg. So that's my right leg to start off with. So we're going to have it here. We're going to stand so our feet are hip width apart, but then our legs are split front and back. So we're going to go down on one side, that's 1, and we're going to do 10 on each side. Okay, and we can go straight into the other side without taking a rest. So I'm going to put that now on my left foot, and I'm going to do the lunge or the split squat 10 on the other side. Instead of lunges, you can do glute kickbacks, which I'm showing you here, that can also be called donkey kicks. If lunges are out of the question for you, carry on and do donkey kicks or glute kickbacks, and that's 10 on each side, 3 sets of 10. And if you want to carry on using the resistance bands for your lunges or your glute kickbacks, and I'm going to use a pair of dumbbells. So what we do with lunges is we have our dumbbells by our side, and it's exactly the same as before. So we're doing the same movement, just using dumbbells. And change sides, Go straight into the other side. Okay, let's take a rest. Okay, we're down on the floor and the next exercise is going to be lower body and it's going to be something called glute bridges. Now, as you progress into this, you might want to use a resistance band like this. This is a glute band. You don't have to use it. As you get more used to doing glute bridges, you will find a resistance band is pretty useful. So I'm going to start off without the resistance band and we're going to do 4 sets of 10 of these. So you lie down on the floor and then you're going to bring, I'll just show you how to do this, your feet quite close to your butt here, and then you're going to push up. That's how you're going to do the movement, and then lower down. So we're going to do 10 of these. And really squeeze at the top of the movement. And I'm just going to get ready now with my glute band. So that's just going to make this exercise a little bit more challenging. It's just done in exactly the same way. And make sure you really squeeze at the top. So we'll pause for a rest there, and I'm just going to take the glute band off. So if you feel that that isn't challenging enough, you can actually use a dumbbell. I'm just using this light one, but you can use the heavy one as well. If you're using a heavier dumbbell, you will need to take a cushion to stop bruising. Okay, let's go again. So we're going to lie on the floor, bring our feet up to near our glutes, but they're hip width apart, and then we're going to push up. So as we're doing 4 sets of 10 of those, the next way I'm going to show you is actually with the glute band and with the dumbbell. So that's a really good way of doing it if you want to just add some level of difficulty and challenge your glute muscles there. So we'll just take a little bit of a pause before we go again. Okay, let's go again with 10 of these. And I can really feel that now I'm using the dumbbell and the resistance band. It's really working my muscles much harder. Okay, so we can put all the equipment to one side now. We're going to go into our last exercise, and this is the classic, it's the push-up. So it's actually going to work a whole of our upper body. Push-ups are great for overall fitness. We call them press-ups in the UK. So I'm going to show you a few different versions of this. You know, when you're new to this and you haven't done a push-up before, they can seem a little bit daunting and a little bit difficult. And we're just doing 3 sets of 10 of these. So the thing to do is actually do them on your knees when you're first starting out. You can also do them on the wall. Just bring your knees, try and do them on the floor, and bring your knees really near to your hands. And the nearer than your knees are to your hands, the easier it's going to be. So if your knees are further away, if you're doing push-ups off your knees, that's going to be more challenging than doing it here, because you're taking more of your weight on your knees. So let's go for the first set of 10. So that's a push-up off your knees, but if you feel more confident with that, we'll go again, because we're going to do 3 sets of 10 of these, and you can bring your knees further away from your hands, and that's going to make it a little bit more challenging. You see, I've got my knees further away there than they were before, but you go to where it's comfortable for you, and then we're going to do 10. And try to get the full range of movement. So you can start to feel that you're really getting a workout in your whole of your upper body by doing that, and it's actually working your core as well. So the final way that we're going to do it is we're going to do the full push-up. But if you're not ready to do that yet, then do the push-up on your knees either way. And doing a full push-up is something that you can progress towards. And what you can do, if you can't get out 10 full push-ups, is start off on a full push-up and then actually finish on your knees. So if you can only get 2 full push-ups, do that and then go to your knees, and that way you've made some progression, you're getting stronger, rather than just staying on your knees the whole time. You want to continually be pushing forward and progressing and getting stronger, getting better. That's the idea of strength training. Okay, so I'm going to go into a full push-up, but you guys, if that's not comfortable for you yet, you do them on your knees. And so what we want to do is have our hands shoulder width apart. We're going to put our legs straight out in a plank position, feet kind of hip width apart, and then we're going to lower to the floor. So well done for completing that workout, and do let me know in the comments section. Let me know how you got on, and do give this video the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to get more videos like this. And don't forget, you can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok.